Hey, Pat here from Dead Things. So, I've been chronicling my journeys with the pickaxe, and I think I've actually had a rain in Spain moment. Steve-O's been helping me a lot with the pickaxe. He's been showing me, because my problem is code. I don't understand how the coding works. So Steve-O sent me a code and said, figure this out. This is what it's doing. This is the steps it's going through as it's doing it. What is going on here? So I was sitting in my hotel room. I travel for work. Sitting in my hotel room, running this thing on the simulator on the pickaxe compiler, staring at it and the code for about a half an hour, and the heavens open up, the choirs and angels sang, Steve came down from the more like the ground opened up, fire and brimstone spewed up, Steve rose up, unfurled his bat wings, poked me in the eye with his pitchfork, and the light bulb went on. Binary is what this stuff is based on. Now, for those of you who don't know what binary is, like me, you should look it up, because that's the whole thing. I had no idea what binary was. Didn't know that this thing was based on it, and so once I kind of understood what was going on at that level, I think I'm beginning to understand these things. I think I am going to be able to get them, if not do a dancing with the stars, I may be able to get it to at least two-step across the room. So I'm very, very happy. So thanks again, Steve. You know how I feel about you, brother. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, my friend. So I want to show you kind of what I'm working on right now. So basically what my idea is that in the graveyard, in my front yard, in the graveyard, I'm going to have a mission control, for lack of a better word. In it, I'm going to have where all of my my control for the electronics are, such as my pickaxe, such as this little unit, which I'll talk about in a moment. I might have my stereo for the ambient sound in there, and basically it's going to kind of look like a kind of like those big square monuments that you'll see in graveyards. That's what it's going to be, but it'll open up so that I have access to all this stuff, so things can be wired into it. So let me show you what I've been working on. So basically, and I don't claim any originality with this. Actually, where I got this was from Vile Things. I am a big fan of Vile Things. Dead Things, Vile Things. Big fan of his work. I think he was probably one of those guys that, unfortunately, he isn't haunting anymore. Or if he is, he's been keeping certainly under the radar. Eric, we need you back, man. But he did just brilliant work. I mean, this guy was the full meal deal. He had it all. So, anyways, what he had, and so this is where I got his idea, was one of these. What this is by a company called Light Objects, and it's a 12-channel RF wireless switching system. So you have a little remote control, and this basically takes those RF frequencies, and these are 12-volt relays. And I've got these 12-volt relays coming out here and wired into this, which are just basically speaker terminals. Okay, so on the other end, where the prop itself is, I have this, which is a power bar with a speaker terminal in it. So what that speaker terminal is doing is I'm taking the, well, in this case I'm taking the neutral wire. So I'm not taking the hot in this one, I'm taking the neutral wire in this one. And I'm splitting the neutral wire, the common as it's called, the white wire. I'm splitting the white wire. So the white wire goes into one side of this terminal, and then the other white wire comes out of here and connects along this strip. So basically I'm splitting it at this point. Okay, so then what I do is I run a 2-wire, like speaker wire. In this case it's just a lot of scavenged wire that I found around the place, whether it be lamp cord wire, what have you. But anyways, lamp cord goes into here, lamp cord goes into here, press a little button, connection is made, prop goes off. Blammo. Great. I was going to do this same concept with this, but my concern is the duration that power is on. Okay, these, and this system that I'm using this for is for my pneumatics, for my pop-ups. I want control over my pneumatics. I want direct control for a couple of reasons. I don't want pneumatics going off just whenever, because they are powerful. You know, so I don't want somebody maybe being in the wrong place at the wrong time when one of these goes off, right? So I want complete control over it. Pneumatics are also quick. Boom, and it's done, right? So power isn't applied to it for any more than 2 to 5 seconds. One moment. Still really freaking cold here. I was born for Baja, California. I am not made for Canadian winters. Just had to put that out there. I love my country, but I hate the winters. Anyways, so getting back to this, power isn't being applied through this for very long. If it was going on for more than 3 or 4 seconds, you know, it could actually, I think, cause some damage to this. I think it could probably fry it, could probably melt it. So that's definitely a concern with what I want to do. So this is kind of what I've got going now. Power strip, relay. These are those little 12-volt relays that I've shown you before. You saw it on my my pickaxe thing. And so basically what this is this is a single pole double throw, single pole, and I don't know if you can see all those guys there. Double throw is 2 sides, single pole double throw 12-volt relay, and a scavenged RCA jack, and we'll get to this in a moment. Throw it all together, and what do you got? You got one of them. So, same concept, but a little different. This side can handle 110 volts. Okay? Takes 12 volts to switch. So what I've done here is that on this, I've split the black wire this time, the hot, wired one side to the common terminal, because there is a common on relays, especially on the well, this is a common on relays, right? And you have a normally open and a normally closed. So I wired the hot to the common and to the normally open side of this. And then on the other side of the relay, I wired the common to the normally open for this. So what I can do then is I can have this same kind of concept that I showed you in light objects, but with this wired up to those little speaker jacks, these guys, right? And then run lamp cord, two wires basically, could be speaker wire for all we care, from there into here. When this thing switches, it closes those contacts. Power is then allowed to go into the strip, so motors, lights, what have you are plugged into here, right? On this side, with this little RCA jack, what I'm going to have is I've got one of those 50-second USB recorders that are so popular right now. I've got one of them coming. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the switch to that, wire in one of these, plugs into there like that, voila, and when that switches, it's also going to switch on that 50-second USB. So power and sound switching capabilities all in this little puppy right here. It was really easy to make. Maybe took me probably an hour to put it together for the first one, because I want everything kind of tight, so I had to kind of mess around and unsolder and resolder and figure out how I was going to do it properly, so I'd have everything nice and tight in there. I'll know more for the next ones. The next ones will probably take me 40 minutes or half an hour to bang out. So that's one phase of my my mission control. So basically each of my motor props that I'm going to have, and I may even use this for some of my pop-ups later on, but each one of my props is going to have one of these. The prop gets plugged into here. Any lights that I want to turn on with the prop get plugged into here. The USB gets plugged into, the sound gets plugged into this guy, and we're rocking. So thanks as always for listening, and we'll catch you later. Take care.